So, last night, or the other night actually, I saw this quote and it's quite interesting when I saw it. Thought, yeah, that's bang on, that's spot on. And the quote goes, when you're good at something, you tell everyone. But when you're great at something, everyone tells you. Which is so true. Not that it matters necessarily what people are telling you, but I guess what I saw out from that quote is it matters that you're trying to tell everyone. You're trying to look around and get this sort of validation from everyone. You want everyone to go, oh, you're great. Oh, you did this, well done you. And don't get me wrong, a little bit of congratulations always feels nice. But to search for it, I think that's where the issue arises. Because as soon as you start searching for people to say congratulations to you, you start not doing what's true to yourself. You start drifting away from who you truly are, because you want this validation. You want this, oh yeah, I am, yeah, they're telling me I'm good. Rather than, if you're great at something, you kind of already know it. If you've got a bit of an ego, you kind of already know it. You don't need anyone to tell you. And also, it doesn't matter, because you love what you do, or you love what's happening, or you love what you're surrounded by. And it's, until you experience something like that, I have to admit, it is quite hard to understand. Before I ever experienced it, I found it hard to understand. And I'm not even talking about when you're great at something. It was when you love something, when you're just doing something because, you know, in the moment, like now, we're doing this, in the moment, you're actually enjoying it. You actually feel a bit alive. You feel like you're doing something true to you, who you actually are. And it doesn't matter about the judgment, it doesn't matter about any outside noise, it's all inside. And you say, this feels great. And it's the same thing when it feels great. You don't necessarily have to be screaming it from the rooftops and telling everyone, which is a bit ironic because I'm filming and posting, and I'm saying it right now. But usually, you know what I mean, I'm not out here bragging. I'm not, oh, did you enjoy this video? What do you think of this? Do you know what I mean? I'm not actively asking anyone anything, because in a sense, I don't care. I'm interested, don't get me wrong, but it's not a factor in my life where I'm like, I need to know what you think about this necessarily, because I'm kind of just content with my own voice, which is so egotistical. It's actually hilarious. But yeah, it's quite funny. But along with that quote, I remember I saved a quote ages ago, and I kind of keep this in mind that stops me having to actually care about what other people think, because they essentially just don't know. So the quote was something like, sometimes people aren't ready for what you do and what you say. You know, it's not necessarily that you're wrong, which I will admit, I'm wrong a lot, but sorry, just in my head, that's funny, just because people hate to say that they're wrong. And I do get it all the time that people say I'm never wrong. I mean, on one side of the coin, I am never wrong, but on the other side of the coin, realistically, I know I'm wrong a lot of the time. So is everyone. So are we all. But yeah, what stops me overthinking about all this, or stops me overthinking about a lot of things that essentially decides if I'm judged, You know, I'm not very insecure in terms of what people think of me. Sure, I have a little bit in there, and different times it might be more, but a lot of the times at a foundational level of like basic of what actually matters in life, I don't care. When things start getting a bit easy, you then start drifting into what people are going to think. But I can snap myself out of it quickly, and what snaps me out of it is essentially no one cares, no one actually knows, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that, like, for example, with these videos, if what I'm saying is absolute tosh, if what I'm saying does not matter and it's ridiculous and it's embarrassing, it kind of doesn't matter, because even if I was saying stuff that was amazing and stuff that was great, you know, it wouldn't even be seen as that anyway. I mean, you can call people haters, whatever you want to say. It's just people would have a different opinion. That's also how I see it. I'm like, they're not necessarily haters. It's just someone with a different opinion. It's just someone who doesn't agree with what you're saying or what you're doing. And that's completely fine. Like, I can't argue with that. I can't say, nah, everyone should agree with what I'm doing. And I also see, you know, getting no views not being a success in terms of views and then getting paid and sponsors and fame, you know, all that can be seen as a failure. When you see someone getting 5 views, 10 views, 1 view, no views, you go, oh, it's not working out for you. But when you're egotistical and you've got the thought of maybe people just haven't switched on yet, I always think, and it's a silly thought, but I always think, if I was someone in terms of a celebrity, if this was Conor McGregor, if this was Joe Rogan, if this was, I don't know, Kim Kardashian, if this was, who else? Ronaldo, anyone at the height of fame, and they were sat in their car talking about their feelings pretty much every day, or posting a video 7 days a week. If these were doing that, it'd be a hit. It would have billions of views, because you're actually interested in the people. I'd watch. Maybe not Kim Kardashian, but for the other people, I'd watch. I want to know what these people think every day. I want to see the low moods and the high moods and the days where they don't feel like anything's happening. The normal days. Now, this is probably why we like reality TV, because we're interested to see, how do people think all the time? Because we know that on TV and on social media, it's fake. And we know that there are times when people aren't showing the true self and they're just showing the highlight reel. So then we sort of crave for this. No, that's not true. That's not true. No, my life isn't awful. Theirs is a highlight reel. So we want to search for this everyday thing. And then when we realise, that almost tricks us into, we'd be seeing, oh no, they do have low days. Oh no, Conor McGregor talks like that, but realistically, he doesn't always think like that. He doesn't always think he's the man. You see that when people lose. You see who they truly are when they lose. And that's what I like to see. It's harsh. I don't like to see people lose who, you're entertained by and you like to watch. But that's who you truly see who they are and how they handle things. And I look at it and I say, yeah, like I said, if they were filming like this, it'd be so much value. Forget the views, but it would be so much value to everyone to realise they're just like you. We're all the same. We all have the same thoughts. We all probably struggle with some at the same eventually. Whether they're a celebrity, normal person, a homeless man on the side of the street, guy in Tesco on the till. you know, we're all going through the same shit. And I think because that I have a foundation of that idea, that I'd like to see someone who's something do this. I'm like, well, people just don't know yet. People just don't know you and don't know this value. You can't be mad at anyone for not watching. You aren't anyone. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't watch anyone like me. So that's how I started to get my mind. I'm like, yeah, everything's okay. Everything's fun. Everything's great. Everything's fine. Everything's going how it's meant to go. But yeah, anyway, at work now, so peace.